Necessity is the mother of invention. That's the saying some guy invented because, well, we needed one, I guess. And it makes total sense. You need something that does a thing, make something that does that thing. Simple, right? Well, no. Because there are also useless inventions, such as Crocs gloves, flipper high heels, and Nancy Pelosi. So in this vein of creating things that have no business existing, I bring you the small company known as Mayaan, who, for some reason, saw a problem where there wasn't actually a problem, and thought this world would be a lot better off if certain playing cards had different values. Feminist style.
Hi, I'm Mayaan.
Hi, Mayaan! Even though you aren't actually Mayaan, because it says on your campaign page you hired an actress to make the ad, so, hi, random teenager! And don't worry, I won't be making fun of your appearance or any of those things teenage girls are self-conscious about, because the product being sold here gives me enough ammunition as it is.
This is my dad.
Is he though? Or is he just another actor? I'm just saying, we're only 3 seconds into this video and all I've heard is lies.
Since I was young, my family played lots of card games.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, games consoles have been around since before then, but maybe your family couldn't afford one. Maybe you're a bit broke. I'm not judging. Plus, teach your kids how to gamble from a young age. That's how you parent.
3 years ago, on a family vacation, I asked my dad a very simple question.
Was it, who's the brown kid behind me? And where is your dad in this photo? Is this even you? Jeez, from the cards to the plane to this. Someone's getting their money's worth when it comes to stock footage, aren't they? Getty Images must have made a mint off of you, but go on, what was the question?
Why is the queen worth less than the king?
Because that's how cards work? It would be kinda stupid if all the cards had the same value, wouldn't it? Go fish would be a bit of an ordeal. Like, you got any fives? Yeah, loads. Actually, they're all fives. Well done, you win. Or did I already win? I don't know. Let's play Call of Duty.
You know he didn't have a good answer, because there isn't one.
There is, though. There are several good answers, actually, ranging from it depends what game you're playing to, oh, shut up.
All genders are equal, so why is the queen worth less?
Because, and I cannot stress this enough, they are playing cards. So you do realise they aren't real people, don't you? I mean, that's not something I should have to explain. Hey, maybe that's why you didn't have a games console growing up, because you thought everything that happened was real. Damn, imagine getting triggered by a deck of cards.
And what about the jack?
What about the Jack? You leave the Jack alone. Don't turn it into a Jill or a Jane or some blue-haired non-binary entity. What with all these trans trenders thinking they're completely unique, you'd never get a pair.
Where's the princess?
Probably getting married to a foreign prince in order to solidify an alliance between two kingdoms. I don't know, fake Mayaan. A bigger question is, why does there need to be a princess? I've heard of people saying they don't feel represented in games, but this is several steps too far.
Let's be honest, playing cards were designed hundreds of years ago.
What do you mean, let's be honest? Who was lying about that?
And they don't make sense anymore today.
Well, the World Series of Poker would disagree with you there. It's not like there are professional gamblers looking at their cards going, I just don't understand. Am I winning? And why are they called chips if you can't eat them?
Come on, we even have ruling female monarchs.
First off, what do you mean we? Because that isn't a British accent I hear coming from you, fake Mayaan. Secondly, we really need to talk about your use of the word ruling. And finally, you can probably tell from the picture, you might have to look really close, but you can tell. Queen Elizabeth II isn't a fucking playing card. This is evident from the fact that she has more than 2 dimensions, isn't made by Waddingtons, and doesn't look the same when she's flipped upside down.
I dare you tell Queen Elizabeth she is worth less than the kings before her.
Alright, dare accepted. Oi, Queen!
Hey, who dares summon me?
Hi, Queen. Just so you know, you are worth less than the kings before you.
Well, balls, Drunkle, I knew that. As a monarch, I have little to no actual power, and I'm really only still around for tourism reasons.
So, Queen in title only, eh?
Shit, yeah? Though, despite not having any say in the running of the country, I do live a life of luxury, which costs the taxpayer around £350 million every year.
So, in terms of playing card value, you'd probably be somewhere between 4 and 5.
4 and 5, yeah.
Just as I thought. Alright, thanks, Queen.
No worries, mate. Right, I've got to go chop someone's head off.
No, you can't do that either.
Ah, bollocks.
Crazy old broad.
So, I bought 5 decks of cards in a dollar store and started gaming for a solution.
Solution makes it sound like there was a problem, fake Mayaan. Who are you doing this for? Do you think some girl somewhere's gonna see these cards and think, now I believe I too can become a 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece of plastic coated paper?
I came up with a new system where the kings and queens are equal, but to still end up with a winner.
Right, so, judging by this expertly drawn diagram, 2 kings and queens are worth more than the other 2 kings and queens, thus putting the value on the suits rather than the actual cards. I'm just saying, why not get rid of the pictures altogether and just have 13 instead of the king? That's a simpler method for the same outcome. Why has no one thought of that before? Because it's not a problem, and therefore doesn't need fixing.
Oh, and we swapped 2 jacks for lovely princesses.
But why? Don't get me wrong, the cards with naked women on them featured females for jacks and kings, but that's very different.
And we designed a female Joker.
Oh, sorry, Mayaan, but DC already did that with Duella Dent, and, cheeky spoiler, it sucked.
And it works. I have created the first ever fair and equal deck of cards.
No, you haven't. You just switched around a couple of cards and drew princesses on 2 perfectly good jacks. And how the hell do you think this would play out in a game of poker? It's been a long night here at the Equality Casino in North Korea, John boy, and the last 2 players are showing no signs of fatigue. Darn fucking tootin', Fergus. There's a full house on the board and not a lot can beat that.
I'm all in.
Barbara goes all in. I'm all in too. Quickly followed by Fedora Uncle's call. This must be the final hand of the tournament. Here comes the reveal. It's Fedora Uncle with 4 of a kind kings. And Barbara also with 4 of a kind queens. Wait, so who's the winner? Fucked if I know, Fergus, but the crowd looks angry.
Same players, same point system, and full equality.
Oh yeah, just what all those oppressed women in the Middle East were screaming for, right? Yeah, they get forced into marriages, are subject to female genital mutilation, and they aren't allowed to drive, but at least kings no longer beat queens in cards.
I call it queen, and king.
Ah, just when I thought it couldn't get stupider. Queen? You could have called it keen, come on!
You can play any game with it. Poker, spit, gin.
Hold on, I just painfully demonstrated you can't play poker with this setup. When 4 kings is equal to 4 queens, that's not poker, that's a farce, and someone is gonna get shot.
And go fish with your niece and nephew. It's the same deck of cards we all know and love, but improved, friendly, fair, and equal.
Improved is a strong word. Needlessly complicated, yes, but not improved. And equal? They're cards. They're not meant to be equal. That's the whole point.
Think about it. During a game, the first instinct is to check if you have a king, male, since he is worth more than a queen, female.
So let's mix it up. Why not, eh? Never mind the fact that everyone on the damn planet knows the order in which playing cards go. Let's change it. And when someone asks why, as you know they will, you can say,
Is this the perception we want to educate our children with?
Well, why not? That's the order you learned, and look how you turned out, fake Mayaan. A young entrepreneur. Granted, you're selling something utterly and unfathomably useless while simultaneously demanding everyone in the world change what they already know just so you can feel a little more represented when it comes to what is essentially 52 pieces of paper, but everyone has to start somewhere, don't they?
Well, I say no more. Now you have a choice. And this is where I need your help.
I think the help you need might be a touch beyond my ability. I mean, when your issue is with a deck of cards, you've gone off the deep end.
When I went to my dad to ask for advice, he said that he will support me, but that I need to treat this adventure as a business.
Now that's a good dad, that is. I'm with him. Let them make their own mistakes. It's the only way they'll learn.
I borrowed $2,000 to make this dream come true.
Whoa! 2,000? That's a lot. $2,000? How did he have that kind of money to throw at an ink-based venture in gender equality? $2,000 to alleviate your perceived injustice at the value of playing cards. Maybe he should have spent that money on giving you a functioning sense of proportion. Or a games console. That would have nipped it in the bud.
I found an awesome illustrator to make the deck unique and and special. We went through countless designs.
Again, you could have just numbered them from 2 to 13, couldn't you? That would have shaved a couple of $100 off right there. And you wouldn't have to come up with such a complex way of dealing with a non-issue.
I had to learn about paper and plastic qualities and choose the best one for the deck.
Yeah, talk about transferable skills. I'm sure that knowledge will put you in good stead for adulthood.
And now it's time for me to get the word out there. Do the marketing, cover printing, shipping, and some advertising.
Say what you want about the cards, but the real winners here are clearly the purveyors of all that stock footage.
Join my dream. Make Queen the default playing cards of our time.
No. What we need is a brand new word to describe just how ridiculous this is, because frankly, none of the words that currently exist do it justice.
Queen is a deck of cards for everyone. Buy a deck or 3 of Queen for yourself or as a gift. You're gonna love it. Thank you so much.
Well, there we go. Wasn't that fun? If your idea of fun is giving yourself a brain aneurysm, and I mean, why stop at queens? Let's make 6s and 7s equal 2, because reality is what you make of it when you haven't got a clue. And if that wasn't enough to get your proverbial panties in a bunch, her crowdfunding campaign wanted $10,000. $10,000! Sadly, it made an amount to the tune of $337,000. So Dad's $2,000 investment was a sound one. Unless, money laundering? I don't know. I can only speculate. And hey, who knows? Maybe next she'll address the inequalities in chess. Thanks for watching, guys. Please consider becoming a patron because the card for my bank account isn't worth as much as other people's. And check me out on BitChute, which is like a less bitchy version of YouTube. The links are in the description, and remember, I'll put the gender card back in the deck.